Hey everybody, it's Romania Black. We are on episode 7 of Attack on Titan Junior High. I can't believe we're already halfway over. I feel like I've just started this series, but we are already halfway over and it's so sad. Everybody's had some really good comments about just how this is like a therapy session for post season 4. I can't believe it's already been like 6 weeks since season 4 ended. That's crazy to me, season 4 part 2. But it's been like a therapy session. It's been really nice going back and seeing things from season 1 and season 2, because it's been like a solid 8 months since I've really gotten into season 2, and it's been nearly a year since starting season 1. So it's been cool going back and seeing just how things from the beginning and then comparing them to what's going on in season 4 and just seeing kind of the parallels that Isayama creates. But of course, in this version, everything's happy and fun and there's no deaths and everything's just sunny and great and we don't have to worry about it. So I do appreciate that this series is making it to where we don't have to worry about the characters dying or suffering. It's just everything's happy, and the most we have to worry about is maybe a Titan hitting on you. Like poor Jean. So yeah, I really liked last episode with the love letter. I thought that was really cute. I liked the premise of it. Jean got a lot of attention last episode, which is funny because around the time of season 1 with Jean's OVA, Jean and Aaron had been kind of pitted up to be rivals in a sense, and it's funny how things turned out with that. And they kind of are still rivals a little bit, but not in the way that you think of rivals, so it's kind of odd. Obviously, when we get to that recap eventually, we'll talk more about it. But yeah. So this episode is called Showdown. Don't know what it's going to be about, but we're on episode 7. We're at the halfway point. So we've got this episode and then 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 5 left. So, and then we'll be getting ready to do the recap. So awesome. Hopefully your Attack on Titan hiatus has gone well. We just talked about a bunch of crack ships in the Discord recently. So I'm going to try to incorporate those into the recap as well. So we'll see. I have a feeling that there's going to be parts of the recap I have to record separately. We'll see how that goes when I get done planning, but I've never done that before. I've always recorded the recap in one giant sit down, and it's literally been like a 6-hour, half a day sit down to record. But I think there's going to be so much with this recap that I'm going to need to record separate parts and then piece it all together. So, so we'll see how that goes. But in any case, that's for later. We still got like 5 more weeks before that happens. So we're getting closer, but not quite there yet. But that's enough talk about the recap. Let's start the actual Attack on Titan Junior High episode and go from there. So we are going to start Attack on Titan Junior High episode 7 here in 3, 2, 1, and let's go. Oh my gosh. I forgot about the rule of 8. That's up next. That's next week. Yep. So I have a rule 8. We'll talk about it next week. But we're finally getting Erwin. Thank you. They would save it for my favorite number episode. They would. They would. Of course they would. But man, this may be my favorite episode so far. I don't know. Next episode may be it too. Next episode may be the one. But for right now, I don't know. The last few episodes have been good. I liked episode 6 well enough. Episodes 4 and 5 were fine. I liked the dodgeball episode a lot. And episodes 1 and 2 were great. I think episode 2 so far has had probably the most Easter eggs until this episode. And then episode 3 was really good. 4 and 5 were fine. And 6 was like good with the love letter. But this episode, all the Easter eggs, I was like, yes. I love the school showdown. It very much felt like it felt like My Hero Academia, where they did in the 2nd season, they do the big tournament. It felt like that, right? Because all the games they play are stuff you would see at like a high school sports festival, especially the ones where they're all like on each other's shoulders trying to grab the bandanas and playing that at the end. That all makes sense. I like that a lot. So yeah, going through this episode, all Sasha wanted was the yakisoba bread. I feel like if you ever watched Free Iwatobi Swim Club, Sasha and Nagisa would be like besties. They would be the best friends because they both like yakisoba bread. They would be like all about it. I love it. And there was one loaf left, and of course Hanji gets it. I like the Hanji's like, Levi, let's go. I'll repay you for the bread the day before yesterday. And Levi's like, no. Poor girl doesn't get her bread. And so I like that we cut to her complaining, and the first person we see complaining, like standing beside listening to her, is Aaron. Of course it is. But we have all the gang's all there. Our main trio and our chaos trio are all there listening to her woes about not getting her bread. And talking about how the upperclassmen have seniority and they're treated like scrubs because they're the first years. I like how Aaron scolds John, being like, have you been skipping your duties? Rico was very upset. You need to show up today. That is one thing about Aaron that I kind of miss, is that throughout most of the series, Aaron, it's funny, he doesn't, like, conventionally throughout the season, he constantly, especially season 1, season 2, he is surprisingly respectful of his elders, especially those that are upper military. Like, he's really respectful of Pixis. He really likes Erwin. He is very respectful towards Keith. And then towards Rico, he's really respectful. Like, and then Levi, of course, he's super respectful. Like, Aaron Yeager, for the most part, is really, he's not the delinquent kid that, like, goes against authority and, like, is like, screw you guys, I'm gonna do things my way. No, Aaron is actually pretty respectful of all of his upper class advisors, at least up until end of season 3 into season 4, when he decides to put things in motion on his own end. And then Hanji's really the only one he questions, honestly, because at that point we don't know where Rico is. Pixis is not really present with Aaron, although he questions him, but Aaron doesn't really answer him at that point. Erwin's dead, and Levi is off watching Zeke, so Aaron isn't able to interact with him. So up until season 4, Aaron is pretty respectful of his elders. It's just when he decides to put things in motion that he doesn't seem to be so anymore. But at that point, Aaron was aggravated at the fact that things weren't getting done and just decided to take it upon himself to do it. So that's interesting, though, that I forget how much Aaron actually respects Rico and gets on to Jean about it. It's pretty interesting. And so then we have the OP. All right, I can't believe we're getting Erwin next episode. I'm so freaking excited. So yeah, so what is Rico, like, doing scrubbing off the wall? It looks like a graffiti of a Titan or something, but it doesn't really look like anything. But I like that Aaron is the one to call Rico down and greet her. Like, Aaron's so polite and well-mannered in this series and happy. It's night and day, right? And then John trying to sneak off. And Rico being like, how dare you skip club activities? You're going to scrub the walls down. So yeah, so then they end up doing that and they get exhausted and they go back to the Survey Corps squad gates and they find Oro and all of them saying, like, how dare you come in the club room without saying a proper greeting. And so then they, like, chide them because they're first years, and they're talking about them slacking off, and they talk about how they're not up to snuff in terms of what they're weighing. I can't believe Oro actually, like, has his finger on Aaron's forehead. Like, if you think about season 4 part 2 now and where Aaron is and all of this, the fact that in this series they have Oro of all characters, like, poking Aaron in the forehead, it's a bizarre thing, right? It's very bizarre. And surprisingly, I'm sure that Aaron wasn't in really any danger because Mikasa doesn't even get aggravated. She doesn't even look, like, remotely affected by the fact that Aaron's getting poked by Oro because she knows he's not a threat, right? And so Oro's like, what's with these untidy clothes? You should wear a uniform year round and button it up all the way to the collar, right? And then they get on to Armin. Armin having the little yellow cat charm is really cute. I've never until this series associated Armin with yellow cats, but now it's like he's with a lemon cat. That's like all I can think of. And this giant keychain. First years shouldn't have keychains on their bags. And he's like, oh, I'm sorry. And then they're like, are you trying to appeal to the opposite sex? Year 1 shouldn't wear colored t-shirts. And he's like, and then you can't have a skirt. Your skirt should go below the knees, and you can't have embroidery socks. Like, it's going through all the motions of, like, with the uniform, the standard uniform, what you can and cannot have, right? And then they're like, oh, you should, and they ask Armin to cut his hair and shave it. And, like, I love that Gunther has the clippers, and then Connie's like, yeah, just trim it 3 millimeters long. But I just love this idea that Aaron, it's all swimming. Like, he's just so distraught because there's so many rules and regulations. All of these freedoms are being taken away from Aaron. All the freedoms of his school uniform are being taken away. And our boy just can't take it. He just can't take it. I just love how it's just spinning around him and he finally just gets to a snapping point. And he's like, shut up for a second. I feel like that pose of him grabbing his arm and screaming comes from something else from season 1. It's actually hilarious. And then, of course, they're all like, what? And of course, Oro bites his tongue like 5 times in this episode. And then we see the one crew come in. Yeah, we see the crew come in, skirts way above their knees, mini charms, guys with their shirts unbuttoned. Okay, so I want to see all of Historia's charms. She has a cat, a bunny, a strawberry, a giant teddy bear, a banana pudding, and the bracelets. So there are 7 charms there. I don't know if they represent any character in the series, but I do love that she has all these various charms. And they're like, what? And they see their shirts unbuttoned. Yeah, you bastards. And so they make them all go to the cleanup, or to the weight room and clean up. I like that we have Jean slacking off, doing absolutely nothing. Historia getting up on the ladder. We have Sasha sitting on the boxes. Ymir's broom. Ymir and Reiner and Mikas and Armin have the brooms. Aaron and Connie are cleaning the floors. And it looks like Bertolt is cleaning the shelves because he's tall. Yeah. And so I love that Historia goes to fall off the ladder and Reiner's like, watch out. And Ymir like just drop kicks him out of the way. It's amazing. And instantly catches them. And she's like, marry me. I love that Oro's biting his tongue gag does get a little old for me. I'm like, okay, we've seen it 1,000 times. Ymir's marry me line will never get old. Ever. And her sticking her tongue out at Reiner, who's jealous because in the anime, Reiner in his soldier persona wanted to date Historia. Now, whether or not that was his soldier persona or that was actually Reiner, who knows? I did ship Reiner and Historia for a little bit until I realized that Ymir and her were like an OTP. Mike is freaking tall, and I know a lot of people said he's like 6'3" in the manga, but they really make him tall in this. And what a callback to season 3 in this moment, where Levi takes the finger and like dusts it, and he's like, how long have you all been here? Like, it reminded me a lot of season 3 where Aaron's like, oh god, we need to clean. I love how Levi just gives them hell because they didn't clean fast enough. And he's like, we could totally clean this in 2 minutes. It's great. And so I just love that Levi's like, look, if what you guys need is to be taught a lesson, not give a talking to. And then Hanji's like, well, let's just have a competition. That'll be even better. The loser has to clean the Titan room. And I love that when she said that, Reiner didn't look bothered at all. He was just like, because he wouldn't be, because he's a Titan shifter. So then we cut here. Ilse Langnar of the newspaper club will be reporting live. Are you freaking kidding me? We actually get Ilse called by name in this series. That's actually amazing. I freaking love it. But yeah, I don't get it. How did this happen? Aaron's like, how did we get struck doing this? And then Historia comes in as the cheerleader. I'm amazed that, and of course Ymir is like, she's so cute. And Reiner's like, oh my god, she's cute. I love that they actually got Annie to be in the cheerleading costume with Historia. Like the 2 blondes. And I love that Historia's like, I want to go change. Or Annie's like, I want to go change. And Historia's like, don't be shy, it's fine. Annie in the cheerleading outfit, who knew? And she actually has, I love that Historia has the bow on her head and then Annie has it tied like in a ponytail and Bertolt having the nosebleed. I'm glad I didn't watch this before season 2 because that would ruin Children for me, because Children is like when you find out that Bertolt had a thing for Annie. And so here you get it totally. It's like, what? You get it early. And she's like, do your best to win, guys. And of course, Reiner has the blood and he's like, we'll do everything. We'll give it everything we've got. So Reiner's in it for Historia. We see Ymir. I love Ymir has the tie. The bow is a tie. I freaking love it. But we see Connie. Connie has the blush, but no nosebleed. So Connie's not in it with Historia. But Jean and every other guy there, they all have the nosebleeds. But Aaron does not either. And I love that Aaron's like, let's do our best. He totally skips Mina. Aaron's like, screw you, Mina. I'm not giving you a high five. But he totally goes to Annie first and tries to give Annie a high five. And she's like, oh, yeah, sure. And then he's like, Krista. And I love how Mina's just like, he skipped me. Because she's dead in the series at this point. And then Historia's like, yeah. And then he goes, I love this story is like around Annie. And then he goes to tap Mikas's hand and gets interrupted. I'm so glad he ends up tapping Mikas's hand, because if he hadn't, I was going to be so angry. And then he even says good luck to Sasha and taps her hand. And Mikas is just like, Is there something wrong with my hand? Friggin', what are you joking? And so yeah, Sasha of course does the sprint because it's for the bread, but we don't anticipate Sonny coming in with Hanji. She's like, we're two halves of the same being. I miss Hanji and her love of Titans. I miss Hanji's like infatuation with Titans and trying to figure everything else about them. I miss it. That was one aspect of Hanji I really, really enjoyed. But yeah, so close. And so we go to the next, and then they're like, Hanji, you're going to be eaten someday. Better not be foreshadowing. She hasn't been eaten yet. She hasn't been eaten yet by a Titan show. You better not be foreshadowing. Don't you put this evil on me, Attack on Titan Junior High. Don't you put this evil on this. You leave Hanji alone. So yeah, so then we go to the next event, which is Rico versus Jean. I love Historia and Annie's gag of being like, hang in there, you can do it. And there's like the blood splurt transition. It's great. So they're basically dodging the balls in this round. And Rico and Jean, they do a good job for the most part, but then Jean falls down and gets hit. And then everybody hits him all at once. Oh my God, it's great. He's like, oh, good morning, guys. And then I love Rico just being like, take him out. I was like, oh, Rico's such a badass. I love it. I love it. When she has the smile, like the moon smile on her face, and the eye and her glasses are like glowing where you can't see her eyes. She looks like Stein from Soul Eater because she kind of has like the white blonde hair, like the ash blonde hair, and the big glasses and the moon smile. She looks like Stein off of Soul Eater. It's ridiculous. But yeah, and then they're like, man, our upperclassmen sure are scary. And I love that Ymir's like, Jean is totally useless. Did we ever see Ymir and Jean interact in this series? Was that ever a thing? I don't think so, because Jean wasn't with the group that Ymir and Historia were with. He wasn't with Connie and Reiner and Bertolt and them. He was back at the capital, so yeah, we never really saw them. That's funny. Yeah, and then Armin's like, if we try to do something now, we could get killed. And that shot of Jean is absolutely terrifying. What? He's like, his eyes have the balls in them. His mouth is stuffed full of balls. His arms are dislocated. His pants have been ripped off of his body. And his butt is completely blackened from being bruised. What? That is possibly the most disturbing image. It looks like something off of Family Guy. It's the most disturbing image of Jean. Maybe in all of Attack on Titan. That image of Jean. Why? I don't understand. It's so horrific. I'm amazed. And then that story's like, hang in there. Oh my God. So year 3, the third years have 689 points. The second years have 253. And the first years have 5. Our poor first years. And then Sasha's like, they're overwhelmingly strong. We don't have a chance. And I like that Reiner's just like, with his big manly boobs, is just like, and Bertolt's like, I like that Bertolt and Armin look disgruntled and they're on either side of Reiner. I like that they're in close proximity there. It's really nice. And he's like, and of course Reiner's like, it's pretty much a done deal that we'll be changing and cleaning the Titans building. Not that you would care, right? And then, of course, Bertolt's like, maybe we should apologize to them. I can't. And then I like that Mikas says she gives the big speech from season 1 where she talks about how she's like, we have to shoulder this burden. She's like, we're going to turn the tables and get the 1,000 points. And she's like, Marco. And I love that Marco arguing with her is the same thing from season 1 where she's like, I'm going to do it. And being like, I'm strong. You just sit there and twiddle your thumbs. It's the same conversation. It's so funny how they've like converted it over. And we don't see Eren in this moment because in the anime in season 1, he's been eaten by the Titan. And so of course we don't see him in this moment. So it makes sense that he's not there when she's talking to the crowd. He just shows up at the end there. And I love that Bertolt is conveniently hidden behind Reiner because he was the Colossal Titan during all this time. I love it. It's so freaking good. And then Mikasa, you're a real disappointment. You can stay here and twiddle your thumbs. Twiddle and watch. Oh my God. And Jean's like, your way with words is the real disappointment. Since when did we let our comrades fight alone? Like, it's the same thing. I love it. I love these speeches recontextualized. And everybody cheers. And that's when Aaron shows up. It's like that after that moment, Aaron showed up in the anime, and here he shows up too. And that's when he's like, let's do it. And that's when it actually happens, and they hit each other's hands. Well, they don't hit each other's hands yet. I hate it. I'm like, just hit each other's hands. Just go. But they managed to do that during the dodgeball game. I can't. And then when Armin says, hey, Mikasa, got a minute? All I could think of was Reiner Bertolt during Warrior. Like, Aaron, got a minute? That's all I could think of. Oh my God. But they decide to do the Shoulder Wars game, and they decide to sacrifice themselves for the team. I like that this one guy, there's the guy from the horse stables in the Levi squad that is like supposed to be a junior high student. And then you have the guy that had the horses with the beard. Are you freaking kidding me? Oh my God. So of course Franz and Hana are together. You have Melius and Nag. Dawes is like in the back. Oh my God. And Armin is with Connie and Thomas. Aaron, of course, is with Bert. Oh, and Marco's there too. And then Jean and Reiner and Bertolt have a hold of Aaron. And then Mina and Ymir and Sasha have Mikasa. Oh my God. And Mikasa has the cloak on to use to like be stealthy. Oh my gosh. Whose hair did she take? She snatched a wig off somebody. Whose was it? Oh my God. Did she snatch up? Whose wig did she snatch? It was somebody's hair. What? She looks so unconcerned. And then how could she move so fast? She's incredible. Oh my gosh. And so then, yeah, all the first years trying to take the bandanas away. And then Petra and their group tell them not to get cocky. But at that point, to distract Petra and all of them, so that's why she has the green cloak on, to distract them while they take the bandana. She pulls it off. And she has the short, oh my God, but here's the thing. She has the short skirt. The socks have the Attack Titan embroidered on them. And then you see she has the short skirt, and then she has the charms. And the charm is literally like a bear, the Attack Titan, and like the little cross, it's a symbol from a show. I don't know. Y'all have to comment down below what show it's from. But she has the little Attack Titan charm. Shut up. She's like, you can't do all those things, Petra says, and then that's when Aaron sneaks up from behind and steals their bandana. He's got a leader choose bandana. And that's when he's like, we worked together, Mikasa. We did it together. But see, here's the thing. Aaron's always been like, I don't want you to have to do it by yourself, Mikasa. I want to be able to pull my weight too. And they worked in tandem and did it 50-50. And that's when they clicked hands. Shut up. And she smiles at the fact that he like tapped her hand. I can't get over how like Ian has the most boxy chiseled face. It's absolutely hilarious. I can't get over it. I'm like, what is this? What is this nonsense? We'll use our full power and show them how scary we upperclassmen really are. Wow. And she's like, I'll hold them off. And he's like, wait, Mikasa. And so then he's like, oh, Mikasa, don't do it all alone. And then that's why Armin's like, we can do it now. And that's when the one guy comes up to try to attack them. And Armin's group ends up sacrificing themselves to knock them off. Like Armin dives into it. Oh my God. I want to take a picture of that. Just ridiculous. I love that Armin's self-sacrificing. Remember, that's one of his qualities. But, okay, I'm sorry. The pose. When he says, go, Aaron. And he's like, fulfill your responsibility. What? And then the pose of them as they leave, because Aaron, like, screams. Like, he screams in mourning of them. I'm sorry. The fudge of they got Marco's death pose in this of him like hunched over like with the face that looks half eaten off. Show, you didn't have to do that. That was a low blow. That was a really low blow. And it's all the people that like died around Aaron, and Aaron's like about to cry in this. Oh my God. And they're all screaming. They're like, Armin, help! It's where Franz had died! Yeah, and Armin went to go... It's from season 1 where Franz was dead and Hannah was trying to save him and Armin, like, noticed them. Oh my god, the callbacks. What? And then Reiner's the one to say, don't look back. Keep moving forward! Aaron keeps moving forward even in this game. Show why! How? Oh my god, no. And that's when they say we're going to break through, and that's when they see Levi on Mike's shoulders. Oh my god. And here's the thing. Levi's like, I'm just trying to sweep the leaves up, and you guys are in my way of cleaning. And they try to take him on, and he kicks all their asses. Wow. So basically, if we're talking about how Aaron's going to get defeated in season 4, part 3, he is going to be, basically, Aaron is going to be on top of Reiner's shoulders alongside John, and then Levi is going to take a broom and beat Aaron over the head with it. So that's how he's gonna get beaten. That's how it's gonna be done in season 4, part 3. Theory number 20. But yeah, I love that we get the shot of Aaron with his crazy eyes saying we haven't lost yet. I love it. And then Levi is the one to kick his ass. Oh my god. It makes me be like, wow, Levi is just... And the pose that Levi does when he sneaks past is kind of like the season 3 pose when he gets past all of the different Kenny Squad guys. It's like the same pose. Wow. Wow, there you go. It's like, I just swept that area. And that's when Hanji shows up with the big giant ball of confetti. And so I wanted to see, I wanted to go back through here. Nope. Hold on. Let me go back. Dang it. Okay, I wanted to go back and see like everybody in this point with the confetti. Hanji would have a giant ball of confetti, and Aaron's so happy. The chaos and joy. Aaron's so happy about it. Of course he is. Of course he is. But then it all lands, and then it's like just this horrible wave. So yeah, so Aaron is like stuck there in the thing. Mike and Reiner and Jean and them. Connie, Armin's trembling. Franz and Hannah have found each other. People are drowning in it. I like that. No, are you kidding me? No! Ymir is all crunched up. Ymir is like crunched up like she is when she's sleeping in Titan form, and Historia is sitting on top of her. And then you have Petra that's like dead there, and then Annie is like floating, and then Oro's dead. Wow. And Hanji's happy, and Moblet is like reaching for her. Oh my god. And Levi, of course, is above them all. It's too much, you damn 4 eyes. Oh my god. But yeah, and then they sweep everything up, and then that's when Petra and the others come by, and they're like, look, we were in the same boat you all were last year. It's the upperclassmen's job to help you, so we'll help you out this time. That's so sweet. I miss season 1 where we had the older mentor figures like helping Aaron and the others like figure out the ropes of everything. Back when things were simpler. So much simpler. I freaking love it. This episode's my favorite. I loved this episode so much. It was so good. All the Easter eggs. All of the Easter eggs were great. It was wonderful. And next episode, we actually get Erwin. I've wanted it all this time. And my rule of 8 is that the 8th episode of any series, it's 12 episodes or 11 to 13 episodes. The 8th episode's always a good one. I think it's going to be great. I'm so excited. And it looks like that has like ghosts or something in it. So this was a great episode. I loved all the little Easter eggs. If you guys noticed any other Easter eggs, I'm curious to know what they are down below. But this was wonderful. I'm so freaking excited. So I hope you all are too. But in any case, I hope you all have a wonderful week. Please stay safe. Take care. And yeah, I'm going to be back very soon with more Attack on Titan Junior High. Bye.